Hey everybody, it's your girl BondyBlue, and I am here to announce that I am teaming up with Reset by Design Wellness, a travel and wellness brand that focuses on empowering Black women like you and I, girl. And I am so excited because I have been wanting to go to Africa for forever, and I am finally getting that opportunity with this upcoming Heritage and Reset Wellness Retreat in Ghana. It's going down, y'all, in November 1st through the 9th, 9 days, 8 nights. It's going to be 2 different locations when we're on this trip. This is all inclusive. It's going to come with so many benefits, including an African ancestry test. There's going to be cooking classes, a boat cruise. There's going to be an opportunity to engage, to rejuvenate, to connect with one another, to connect with our ancestors. I am so excited about this, and I'm even more excited that some of my members will be coming along and we can experience Africa together, because this will be my first time. So I am so excited about this. I can't wait to go, and I hope that you guys will sign up. The link is down below in the description box. Don't worry, girl, I will be reminding y'all about this, so y'all might get tired of me talking about it, but that's okay, because it is important for us to all travel and have these amazing experiences, and some of them, girl, we need to have together. So go ahead down below in the description box, book it. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm back, girl. I'm back for another live recap. We're about to get into Unfaithful, Caught in the Act, these people here on the screen, and whatever they triangulation, cheatation, situationship, okay, how it all went down, okay? And after that, we're going to get into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And listen here, I'm going to go ahead and just preface this and say that, you know, I am fully in my womb today. And y'all done already been in the comments on Instagram working on my nerves. So if I go off on this video, please understand, I just don't have the patience today. That's all. Girl, I just ain't got the patience today. Okay, today is not the day. If you want to be cute in the comments and think you're being smart and shit, I just want you to know today is the day that you're gonna get the energy. You're gonna get it if you decide to come at me. Okay, I'm just letting everybody know. Just letting everybody know. Okay, now with that being said, make sure you like or dislike the video, whichever you choose. Okay, at the end of the day, it's all about tapping on shit to interact with the video. So interact with the video. Thank you. Okay, all right, y'all. I ain't about to hold up, child. Let me make sure I ain't got no banana on my face. Okay, I'm on my period. I broke out, boom, twisting and turning. Y'all think I'm about to be in here being polite to rude bitches? No, I'm not. Okay? I'm not. Not gonna be out here being polite to rude bitches. Just not doing that, not participating in that type of foolishness today. Well, I have to be, you know, the bigger person all of the goddamn. That's not today. Today's not that day. So everybody just understand, okay? Cool. So Unfaithful, Caught in the Act. Y'all know how this show goes. Tammy reveals the lie. We decide, are we going to team up on the liar, or are we going to just go head first at both of them? Boom, bitch, what's going on? Okay, so here's the rundown of these people here. All right, Nico's the white guy in the middle. He's the one that came to Tammy with the cheatation. This girl here on the left of him is his girlfriend of over a year, Kara. Okay, Kara Kara gives OnlyFans IG model, I sell sex, and you love it. But she isn't slut shamed the way Black women would be. And I did notice that. I did notice how, because this was white people, this shit was about to go way, way more different than how it would have went if this was some African American people on here. Okay, so Nico sells merchandise at venues around the country, so he travels 8 months out of the year, which leaves Kara to be at home on her lonesome most of the damn time. Okay, he met her at a concert in 2012 and formed a friendship. He had her come out to Mexico for a month-long vacation and they fell in love. Okay. She then one day decides to become a barber. And the way she does her haircuts is she wears lingerie, she sits on the guy's lap, she massages him, she cuts his hair, makes him feel like his girlfriend is cutting his hair. And ever since she started doing this shit online and promoting it, it has been selling like hotcakes. I mean, niggas can't wait to come and sit up under some, large sized white girl and have her massage and cut their hair. Like, y'all, can we pause for a second? Because this is reminding me of a comment that I saw earlier today. Y'all know I never really comment on other people's comments, y'all. But I saw a comment about a man, and the man was basically saying that what he doesn't like is that women act as if they're inherently more valuable than men are. And he went on to say, how that makes him feel. But I was just kind of like, but women are inherently more valuable than men. You're upset about a fact that I feel like you need to come to terms with. Like, if not just for the fact that we are the, creators of life with the whole womb and everything, y'all want us more than we want you. It doesn't matter how you slice it. Men want sex with women. Men want access to women more than women want sex and access to men. It's just what it is. Okay. Now, there are societal structures in place to make the women dependent upon men and to make the women be crackheads about men as well. Okay, that's a deep conversation. We've had it before. We're not going to go that far into it. But what I will say is women, I'm sorry, are more inherently valuable. So they can come into a situation with a man and say, these are my requirements. And the man then has the choice to either meet the requirements or go. Just as she has, the right to look at him, see he can't provide what she needs and go. Y'all have a problem with the fact that y'all can't have y'all cake and eat it too. Like, y'all want more than what y'all are actually providing, and y'all act like y'all are not. Like the whole money thing, acting as if because you provide financially, that means you're providing in all of these other ways that women are. Acting as if you don't know all of the things that women come along with that you want besides just sex, but you make them feel like it's nothing so that they won't know how valuable it actually is, so that they'll just give it to everybody. And women do. Y'all have really convinced women that what they provide in relationships with men, all of the emotional, mental support, all of the ego stroking, all of the making you feel good about yourself because you have somebody who is opening their legs for you, that is literally like the basis of a lot of men's validation and good feelings about themselves, is access to women and their ability to get sex from women. A lot of their validation comes from that. Most of it comes from that. We're talking about straight men because we can talk about different things when it comes to other men, okay? But essentially, you know that you want something from a woman that essentially she doesn't necessarily need from you. Y'all want vagina way more than women want dick. It's just, I'm sorry. This is a fact of life. The way y'all go after vagina, like y'all have to mind control and mind fuck women in order to go after dick that way. Naturally, in this environment, women are more sought after and have more access to dick than men being more sought after or having access to vagina. I know they try to convince y'all it's the other way around, but the truth of the matter is most men want women that they cannot have, no matter who they are. If there's a woman out there that they can't have, they want that woman. And the idea that they can't have that woman upsets them on some level. Okay? Most dudes. So when you talk about being inherently more valuable, we are, simply because your need for us can never be really quenched. Like, y'all act like y'all are okay by yourselves, but the the mass majority of men, if all of the women were removed from Earth, regardless of us being, having babies or not, y'all would just eat, kill, and fuck each other. That's all y'all would do. Y'all wouldn't do anything great if we weren't here. Like, I don't know why y'all think that. And apparently we were doing great shit before y'all came and raped and pillaged and made this a patriarchy. But that's another conversation for another time. But my point still remains that most men and a lot of men are asking from women what they are not willing to give. And also lying to the women about them not being inherently more valuable. Like the fact that man said exactly those words, I'm like, sir, you know that we're inherently more valuable in this universe. You do know that, right? You do know we're more valuable in almost every, like, there's no way, like, oh yeah, y'all saw that? I mean, there's no way that you don't know that. Like, eggs sell for more than sperm. You know what I'm saying? Like, women are more sought after, in almost like, I don't even understand how we can be arguing about shit like this. Like, women have babies, women are resources, period. Like, at the end of the day, y'all could be on Earth starving. If a woman is pregnant with a baby and can produce milk, motherfuckers cannot starve. What can you do? Y'all heard what I said, right? I was just saying, like, the bitch produces food from her body for babies, and y'all are like, y'all are not more valuable than us. Okay, well, do something similar to that. Do something similar to that, and let's see. Okay, and that's no disrespect. Okay, that's no disrespect, but I hate the fact that y'all literally be telling on yourselves about the fact that a lot of y'all have underlying, like, jealousy and resentment because of how bad y'all need us. That's why y'all can't stand when women say they don't need men. That's why y'all want so badly for us to have to need y'all, because y'all need us, and y'all have convinced us that we need y'all. And it's really the other way around. And I feel like most women who are married, most women who are in long-term relationships, y'all can't tell me y'all don't be feeling like this sometimes. Y'all can't tell me that y'all don't sometimes feel like, child, I don't know what this nigga would have done if he didn't have me, child. I don't know what he would have did, girl. I don't know where he would be in life. Okay, he's a great human, but I don't know where he would be, girl. Okay. Yes, we may want you, but we don't need you. Want. Yes, we want. Okay, deeply want. All right. But, I just kind of feel like I can't ignore the facts of life. And the facts of life is that we show up more valuable, and y'all just trick us into thinking that we're not, so that y'all can extract resources from us, at will, the way y'all would like to, so that y'all could take advantage. Okay. And we love our husbands. We love them. Yeah, we want y'all to know this. We love them. We love these niggas. That's why we with them. That's why we with them, because we love them. Okay, because most of us at a certain point could absolutely go live in a tree house by our fucking self. Okay, bitch. Okay, but we love these niggas, so we stay down here on Earth with y'all. Okay. But anyway, y'all, because that plays into this story. But y'all know I like to do a little warm up, tell y'all what's on my mind before we really get into it. But it really does play into this situation, because Nico had him some fucking nerve, y'all. Nico cheated on this lady before she cheated on him. Again, he spends 8 months out of the year traveling. So she spends most of her time alone. and then you cheated on her. He was messing with another girl, and when the other girl decided to move on and go get with another dude, that's when you decided you wanted to refocus all your energy back on Kara. Because it sounded like to me, Kara knew from jump that you wasn't 100% for her. So she wasn't 100% for you. But she moved in with you. She let you take care of her, all that shit. That's what she's supposed to do as a woman. You want to take care of me? I like you. I'll let you take care of me. That's what she did. But because you were gone all the time, she went and got her some of these clients. One of these clients, Dante, she liked enough. Dante was bringing more clientele to her, so he's making her money and he's giving her attention. She got this nigga in y'all house when you out of town. But I'm going to tell y'all something. It bothered me that they had cameras inside the house watching her. I felt like that was fucked up. I would have rather them do surveillance from outside the house. But you know he let them film inside the house. And she did not know that she was being filmed inside that house like that. And it was in the kitchen, in the living room and stuff like that. But I still felt like that was really fucked up. The lengths he was willing to go to find out if she was cheating after he had already cheated on her. Yo, I was just like, this nigga's crazy. She may be an opportunistic, like, low-key a sex worker. Like, I'm not shading her for it. I think it was genius. Honestly, I think the business idea was genius. And I don't feel like she should have stopped doing that for him. Just make sure you ain't fucking all of them dudes, bro. Just make sure you ain't fucking all of them dudes. Because then you out here just sharing your vagina energy with a whole bunch of, random niggas that you giving haircuts to. And I don't think that's smart. But, do what you want to do with your vagina, young woman. But I think the business plan was actually quite smart. And he the one who was her first test dummy. So he didn't even have a problem with her doing it. He didn't have a problem with her doing the job. And she really wasn't screwing every dude that she was, had coming in there, but she did like the Dante dude. And the Dante dude was paying her bills. Not only was he bringing her money through clientele, but he was paying the rent. And at the beginning of the episode, Nico had us thinking that he was the breadwinner. He was the breadwinner. That's what he said. He was so upset. He was the breadwinner. Come to find out, she was like, you pay some bills. You pay some bills. And Dante pays the rent. That way she can keep her money for herself and stack her money. Honestly, I felt like Homegirl was smart. Homegirl was smart and using you niggas to her advantage. And I wish I could say I was mad at her about it. But I low-key feel like the Dante nigga, like, you kind of felt like you was giving pimp vibes to me. Like, even though you acting like you was all emotionally into it, the fact that you was bringing her all this clientele, it's coming off as pimp. I'm wondering if you was making money off of the clientele in the first place, okay? But I'm going to leave you alone because maybe you did got in this situation, but it did give that you was like out here trying to make profit off of the clientele that you were bringing to her. So it wasn't like you were just doing everything out the kindness of your heart and all of this shit. You was making money too, is what it felt like. Okay. I guess Dante had a job. It sounded like he was just giving her the money and she was allocating how the bills were being paid. But either way, I feel like he was fronting about how much of the shit he was paying. Because the truth of the matter is, if you was really paying all the bills, my dude, you would be paying all of the bills. But you not. You was giving her some of the money for the bills and you wanted to front and act like that. Because to be clear, if he was paying all of the bills like that, she wouldn't have needed the other dude to pay her bills. She would have just been fucking him and getting the clientele from him. But apparently she needed help paying bills. Because whatever you making and you sending home ain't enough. Let's not forget, you had another little girlfriend you was probably spending money on too. Let's not forget about that part. Okay? But either way, she was on the phone with some dude. Then here come DJ Envy. I guess Ken needed a day off. So he's there to help Nico watch this footage. Nico was losing his shit before anybody even showed him anything. He was like, just, my nerves are bad. Just show it to me. They show him the video of her and the dude on a date, then her and the dude on the couch, his couch. Like, yeah, it was given. It was given that they was fucking on this man couch. Okay. So he had every right to be upset. He was so mad. He broke a chair. I was just kind of like, sir, please take a deep breath. Let's not forget, you also have done this before. Calm down. Bring it down a little bit, okay? But it's the fact that you felt like what? You was the only one that could cheat and get away with it. You thought you was a big boss nigga and you was going to be able to treat her like that. And she was just going to cry and feel insecure. But no, she went and got that catch back on your fucking ass. And she kept mentioning the money. You could tell that she kept mentioning the money because at some point, the money was being held over her head. I feel like nobody was paying attention to that. But the fact that she was saying, I make all of this money, I make all of this money, I feel like he probably at some point was telling her because he was paying bills and shit that his way was the way it had to go. So now she's saying, I got money too, so it should go my way because I'm now making more money than you doing this. Like a lot of that was going on in their conversation. But hold up, let me continue, okay? So Dante was in the bar screaming to everybody that he was going to marry her. What a fool. Then like I said, there was in Nico's house. After he calms down, he apologizes. They going to do the takedown. When they do the takedown, he busts in on them. The cameras follow him in. Kara runs behind him. It's work. It's work. It's work. But she's also immediately saying that she loves Nico. That's why she's running behind Nico. But Dante also pays her bills. They've been dating for almost a year. So it sounds as if, even though Kara and Nico have been knowing each other for like years, like I think for like 10 plus years, they've been knowing each other. But the relationship has only been going on for like a year. Dante and her relationship has only been going on for about a year. And let's not forget about the other relationship that Nico had. We don't know when he ended that. That shit could have been ended 2 weeks ago. And now you want to start investigating Kara because you want to see what she doing when you wasn't worried about what she was doing before because you had your situation. Very, very funny. That's some cheeky ass shit. Anyway, so she says that they have a home together. She loves Nico. They have a home together. They have their dogs. They have a life together. She doesn't want to break up with him. She doesn't want Dante. Dante's feelings was really hurt. Okay. But she explained that Dante was bringing her a bag. You know what I'm saying? Kara says that she doesn't want Dante. She says she will stop if he stays home, which I felt like was stupid. I'm like, girl, you need to go to fucking therapy because that man should not have to stay at home and not work so you don't have sex with other people. Honestly, I feel like they needed to just have non-monogamy. Y'all needed to just have an open relationship. He's gone too many months out the fucking year for him to expect you not to want me or, or have affection from people. So that's crazy. So I think you need to re-examine that shit. Just have an open situation and, have y'all boundaries in place to protect y'all situation. Wear protection. Communicate with one another. Those types of things, okay? Because to me, it don't even make sense for y'all to try to be in a monogamous relationship. He said he was going to stop working, but he's not going to stop working. He shouldn't stop working. That's stupid. If he can't be who he is and you can't be who you are and y'all be together, then y'all don't need to be together. It doesn't matter how great the sex is. It doesn't matter how much y'all think y'all love each other. Okay? Anyway, I did appreciate this episode when Tammy said that it was funny how he wanted what he wasn't willing to give, because he was talking about how he wanted Kara to be loyal. He wanted to be with somebody who's loyal. And she was like, well, you were disloyal. So how you asking for something that you're not willing to give? And that's what we be talking about with these. Y'all always asking for women what y'all are not willing to give back to those women in almost every situation. Especially on these reality shows, which is why I get so aggravated with women always defending the men and trying to find blame in the women. There's always blame in everybody, but y'all overshadow and greatly ignore the way men are very unfair in their relationships with women on a fucking basic level, these niggas expect more out of women than they are willing to give. And when women complain about these niggas, all y'all hoes act like y'all don't know that. Okay? Because even in this situation, that girl making money, so she's not just sitting there eating up off, his plate and not providing anything. She working, he working, he cheating, she cheating, but somehow he's the one that's a victim. She got her lick back. But in all honesty, I feel like it's not even just about getting a lick back. He's gone, and she is a codependent type of chick. So she need attention. She needs somebody that's going to be able to, engage with her throughout the week, throughout the day, and all of that type of shit. And if he's not going to be able to provide that when he's out of town, then she needs to be able to fuck with somebody that know the situation. Don't lie and say the nigga your roommate. Have a little spug, a little boyfriend or something like that. Somebody that know your situation. When your man in town, I'll holler at you when he go back out of town. You know what I'm saying? But, and when your man come back in town, he know that, it's his time or whatever. Like, have an agreement or something like that. Because they still decided to stay together. And something tells me that he's still going to want to go and cheat, because he was sitting up there talking about, I need space, and he's about to go to Texas for work, and she's still doing the barbershop shit. So they still going to end up in the same situation if they don't just be honest and deal with where they are. Either break up or rearrange the relationship. But if y'all go back to the way it was, it's just going to end up having the same outcome. Y'all going to still be lying. Y'all still going to be cheating on each other. Okay? Child, what are y'all talking about Carly Russell in the comments for? That is not what we are talking about. Please don't bring up shit that we're not talking about right now in my comments. Billy A, thank you for the super chat, boo. Thank you for being true to you, Bondy. Thank you. Okay, thank you for fucking with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate the super chat. Okay. But yes, this is my assessment. They needed to just be in a non-monogamous relationship, because this is not, him not working is not the solution. That's stupid. It really is. I did not see the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion looks, Shanice. Okay, I did not, and I'm gonna let you live for bringing up another topic that we not talking about after I just said. Y'all work on my nerves. Like the video. Okay. I hope you know I'm not like really bothered, okay? I'm just saying, y'all. I told you I was on my period, okay? It might be a little snippy, but it's not personal. Okay. I did speak on Carly in my members only live. If you're a member of my channel, you should have seen that live. I'm gonna cut it up and post it to everybody today. I just haven't gotten a chance to get to it yet. Obviously, y'all, this week has been a lot. So I love you too. Okay, I'm glad you know. So I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna release it to everybody. But y'all know I be having my members only lives. Child, I was cursing everybody out yesterday. I don't know if I'm gonna post that with everybody. Bitch was going off on everybody in the live yesterday. I feel like I was just like, what the fuck? And let me tell y'all something. If you was in my members only live yesterday, that shit I said about Krishan still stands. The shit I said about her still stands. A lot of the times when you're trying to break free of some of these niggas, you go back, you fall back. You be thinking that you done, you be thinking that you done grew, and then something happened, and then you fall back, because dick is a hell of a drug. It's a relapse. Okay? And I'ma just emotionally and spiritually be patient with Krishan. Okay? The fact that she's saying these things means that she's whirling the thoughts around in her mind, and hopefully eventually they will stick. Okay, but I'm gonna just say, like my good little sis Glorilla say, okay, Gloria, hallelujah. All right, a lot of bitches in toxic situations, they just keep it private. Okay? I'm just saying. Because it's a lot of people, you know, I don't feel like I'm getting got by her when she gets online and says she over the nigga and then pop back up in his bed the next day. I just feel like I'm watching somebody who I've already assessed acts like a crackhead behind dick. Act like a crackhead behind some dick. I've already assessed that. But my feelings about the situation are still the same. They're still not the same. He is still intentionally using and abusing her. And she is abusing herself and embarrassing herself by going back. But he still is the one, I feel like, intentionally inflicting pain on her. I'm sorry. I refuse to look at this situation and feel like they're the same. I just can't see it like that. I'm sorry. I feel like he goes out of his way to hurt her and embarrass her. And she's always running back to him and then responding to disrespect and her feelings being hurt by somebody who's intentionally trying to hurt her feelings. Okay. And so, yeah, they're both toxic. They're both immature. But essentially, I still can see the situation for what it is. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I be feeling about a lot of these situations with these shows is that, yes, we can point out where the girls went wrong all day. We can. All day we can point out the girls that should have chose better. But essentially, we are where we are now. We are where we are now. And a lot of the times it feels like y'all want to toss blame around instead of everybody taking accountability for their part in the situation separately. Separately. Okay? Which we can about to move on into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta because that's the segue, bitch. That's the segue. Hold up. Let me read y'all comments. People act like they can't understand the situation. She's codependent on him and he love bombs her and she's never truly been loved by a man. Like, I don't know why they think it, I don't know why they don't understand it when most bitches have been through this, just not to this degree. But most of us have been in situations where a dude is playing with us emotionally like that, and we allow it for a length of time until we either can't take it anymore or we've been hurt so much that now it's like, okay, I can't keep doing this. But everybody will tell you, you don't be done until you done, no matter what anybody says. And it's the same thing about doing drugs. That's why I say you have got to look at these girls that act like this behind these men like drug addicts. Because that's exactly what it is. I don't feel sorry for Blueface, Jade, nor Krishan. I only feel sorry for the children in this mess. And to me, it's not about feeling sorry for somebody. It's just about calling a thing a thing. It's not even about feeling sorry for somebody. It's just about calling a thing and recognizing what the situation is. Blue trying to fake like he don't fuck with her. That nigga need her because that Drewski face bitch ain't making it pop for him. Okay, so he needs Krishan. Please believe he begging her to come back, and she over there with his baby in her womb. Okay, probably still got his seminal fluid on her fucking brain. Like, the fact that, to me, honestly, I was more surprised that she had come to that conclusion so soon because I assumed that she would still be digmatized for him until at least a year after that baby is born. She ain't gonna really feel it and see it until after the baby is born. She getting some glimpses of light in there, but it's still giving crackheads, y'all. It's still giving I'm addicted to drugs, and the drug is dick. Okay? Please, I just pray she get it together and get that fuck nigga face off her body. I hope so too. And I also want his demon ass mama to stop running her mouth because she work on my nerves. That's what I really went off about. I really went off about his mama and the way she responded to Krishan. Unfortunately, she's going to be in this space for a while. She's going to have his baby. Still praying she gets out. Child, because y'all know how it is once you have them niggas babies. It gets even harder. That's why I'm gonna leave her alone. But it get even harder. Shanice, thank you for the super chat, boo. Love you. But what is caught in the act? What channel does it come on? Girl, it come on MTV. MTV. Let me show you. You see how they got the same little thing going on here? I know it wasn't on the thumbnail. That's what I'm showing y'all. But see, y'all got this. They got the same little branding thing going on, girl. But it comes on right after Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. That's when they come on, girl. Right after Love and Hip Hop Atlanta on MTV. MTV. Sorry. And that's why I just mind my business now. Because if they don't want to hear it at that time, they don't want to hear it. And that's on you, sis. I agree. I'm not windmilling in the comments, but what annoys me is that they want this toxic behavior to persist. Most people want this toxic behavior to persist. The only way it's going to stop is if she wisens up. It's not going to stop because of him. And I don't like the fact that everybody thinks that, oh, he's the one that doesn't want her. That's not what I see. Margaret, thank you for the super chat. Mama says when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you can move on. Exactly. But until then, you're not going to. You just going to keep going through the cycle until you get tired of getting your ass whipped. I feel like as women, we all have been there, okay? We all have been there. But let's go ahead and get into Love and Hip Hop because we going to, listen, like the video, share the video, okay? There was somebody in my comments that was like, girl, we don't have to share your videos if we don't want to. And I was just like, bitch, as if I was telling you, you absolutely had to. Like, the fuck? I blocked that hoe too. Anyway, now you can't even see my shit. Since you know, like, the fuck? You just want to talk shit to somebody. Now you blocked. Look at you. Look at you. Now you can't say nothing. Just want to run your fucking mouth. Anyway, I don't know why people think that people online are like a punching bag or like a place they can drop all of their feelings and their negative emotions and shit and think people not gonna pop back on your fucking ass. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Thank you, Rain Bro, for becoming a member. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shanice, what you say, bro? Okay, thank you. I honestly haven't been watching MTV. I get all updates from you and Jamie. Oh, okay, because we will update you, girl. Okay, especially Jamie, bitch. Okay. She has daddy issues, which is the root of all of this. She looking for love and protection. Yeah, y'all know it always go. Y'all know we can go deeper if we felt like it. Y'all know we can go deeper if we felt like it. It's exhausting. You take your time. You take your day to get your time. Take time your day to give us entertainment. Leave you do it like it. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know how people be. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm a gift. Love you, Bondy. Love you too. Thank you. And thank you, Rain Bro, for the super chat. I think it's a super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really, really do. All right, y'all. Let's get into this. So Sierra says, put it on the Bible, you ain't fuck Diamond. Put it on the Bible, you ain't fuck Diamond. Okay? Scrappy was like, man, somebody get this bitch. And then she was like, oh, I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. All right, okay, well, you know what it is. I am that bitch. I'm a boss bitch, nigga. You right. You right. Okay, nah, move, homeboy. And then he hit her hand all hard and shit. I was like, he wanted to hit her. He wanted to hit her. He wanted to hit her. Like, Scrappy is a bitch ass nigga, man. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's assess the situation. At this point, when the hand got hit up like that, okay, when the hand got hit up like that, that's when Chaotic came in and was like, hold up, princess treatment. Let me back y'all up. Princess treatment. Let me back y'all up, okay? Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all why Chaotic worked on my fucking nerves this episode, because nigga, you the one that spread that rumor around just like Mama D did. You the one that went and told Erica that shit. And nobody is dealing with that. And the fact that you feel like you can come up this episode, ain't y'all knight in shining armor? To be clear, y'all, I'm gonna get into Erica ass in a second. Give me a second. Like, just give me a moment. But right now, Chaotic, how the fuck you gonna talk about somebody need to stay out people business when you the one that told Erica that shit in the first place? You said it to Erica. That's how it really got disseminated amongst Bambi and her homegirls. Everybody found out about Diamond from you. So the least you can do is make sure that big ass Scrappy don't continue with the aggressive behavior, walking up on women with all of that yah shit, acting like you don't understand how women can perceive that aggressive ass energy. And let's be very clear, I am tired of motherfuckers acting like men and women are physically equal, and him defending himself is the same as what Sierra was like. No. You already looking to defend yourself. Look at the language that you using. If they try to do something, I'm gonna defend myself. I feel like I have the right to defend myself. Defend yourself against what? Women talking to you? Because you, like, if anybody is gonna sit up here and act as if Scrappy was nervous about them women hitting him or them women being violent with him, he's a fucking liar. There was no need for you to have the energy that you had about defending yourself. Your problem is you don't like to take accountability for any fucking thing. And everybody around you is tired of hearing you say it's Bambi, it's Bambi, it's Bambi, and never, ever, ever take any accountability for what you do. Everybody's tired of hearing that shit. Not just the women, but the women are the only ones that aren't scared enough to say something. That's the truth. The truth is the women are mad at their own men because their men are doing the same shit you're doing. So yes, Erica and Sierra are projecting, and they are getting all of their feelings out on Scrappy right now that they feel about Eric and they feel about Safari. But guess what? Eric, Safari, and Scrappy are all doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. They all using and abusing these women. And then when the women do their little shit, y'all niggas play victim and act like you ain't never did anything to anybody. Scrappy is the main one that takes no accountability for anything. I do want Sierra to get straight on Eric though, because in one episode you got him tossing up your fucking daughter room on some weirdo shit, and the next minute you got him on your Instagram and live cooking and shit, talking about why y'all broke up. So yeah, bitch, you should check your own nigga the way you over here talking to Scrappy. And to be very clear, I'm grown. I ain't arguing with no nigga like Scrappy. I don't argue with unsafe niggas. I'm not having no debate with no unsafe nigga. If I get that aggressive energy from you, and I have gotten aggressive energy from niggas like that before, they didn't even have to do nearly as much as Scrappy did. All they had to do was talk to me a certain way and look at me a certain way in order for me to feel like they was trying to intimidate me, because they couldn't get me to agree to their way of thinking on a particular subject. So because you could not mentally defeat me in this verbal conversation that we're having, you ask a question, I answer the question, you think that my answer is different than what it really is, but it's not, and you're mad at that. So now you want to stare me down and look at me fucking crazy and make me feel uncomfortable. So I've been in situations with niggas that didn't even do as much as Scrappy, and I felt the aggressive energy coming at me simply because I didn't agree with you. And see, the issue is, niggas, y'all may not understand this or act like y'all don't understand this, but you know exactly what you're doing when you impose yourself on women in a way, when you walking up on them and all of that shit. And to be clear, I watched that video back before Sierra put her arm up. She was walking backwards and he was walking up on her. And that's when she slid to the side and did like that. Now, if he wasn't really trying to have no problem with her doing like this, all he had to do was back up so she couldn't touch him if he really wasn't trying to be confrontational. But a nigga that's trying to be confrontational because they shit seeping out at the seams, because they hate women, and it's just becoming more and more apparent as they getting older. If y'all think I'm lying, go check Scrappy's comments under some of these blog posts that ain't got shit to do with him, and you'll see how he feel about women. And anybody with eyes can tell his feelings about women got something to do with his mama, who he can never hold accountable for her having him grow up in a fucking trap house. So y'all ain't gonna tell me I ain't seeing what I'm seeing. If he wasn't trying to have confrontation with her, he would have never hit her hand like that. But she gave him exactly what he needed so he could put his hands on her in some type of way and then be able to say, I ain't do nothing wrong. I was defending myself. When at the end of the day, if that nigga really didn't want no problems with them women, he would have walked away. He could have simply walked away, y'all. There was no point where Sierra was stopping him from walking away. He could have walked away, but he didn't want to. And yes, Sierra could have walked away as well. She could have. But essentially, I'm not going to forget about the fact that Scrappy is wrong in the situation, period, across the board. Across the board. Across the board. And Sierra, girl, please do us a favor. Stop engaging with these niggas like that. I know that, you know, we come from a certain upbringing and we didn't have to be rough and tough with these niggas because of how they handle us. And they try to be condescending. So we have to boss up and have a certain type of energy with them because of the way they done us in the past. But Sierra, the lesson you need to learn in this moment is you don't ever need to be arguing with no nigga like this. You don't ever need to be arguing with no man like this. You say your piece and you let it be what it is. You say your piece and you let it be what it is. You don't argue back and forth with him. You don't ask him if he fucked Diamond and all of that. Y'all don't even have to ask this nigga those questions because y'all already know based on what Bambi said that the nigga ain't shit. There's no more evidence that needs to be retained in this moment. So y'all really didn't need to have no type of conversation with him whatsoever, Erica and Sierra. The problem is when I see in the comments, there's a whole bunch of bitches acting like the women didn't have a right to feel how they felt about it. They didn't have a right to be all in his face about it, but everybody is feeling the community is feeling like the men are treating the women like shit and the women are tired. And so the women are together now looking at all of you niggas the same. Did y'all hear what Chaotic said this episode? These women formed an alliance against you, bruh. And it's like Chaotic, but weren't you and your homeboys in an alliance? Remember what you said? When Scrappy said that he had been texting Diamond, you said, oh, she mad about that? That's it? She mad because you talking to your ex-girlfriend? That's it? As if Bambi was talking to another nigga, he wouldn't have been mad. He said a cult. Oh, he said a cult? Oh, okay. That makes it even worse. That makes it even worse. The gaslighting is astounding. Sierra, please. No more conversations with these niggas unless it's your nigga. No more conversations with these niggas unless it's your nigga. And I understand, Sierra. I understand how you felt in a moment and everything. And for everybody that feel like he wasn't blaming Bambi, he was blaming Bambi. He started off the conversation saying that Bambi was the one that put out this lie that Diamond was pregnant. Bambi did not say that shit. Bambi got that information from Erica, who got that information from Chaotic, who got the information from Mama D. So that's the actual chain of events here. Okay? But yes, I feel like I have stated both people is fucked up. I think I said that. But you know what my problem comes in? My problem comes in whenever I say something about how the men are fucked up. I've already said how the women are fucked up, but I can never say how the men are fucked up without somebody pointing out what the girls did when they was in their 20s and shit. Y'all love holding women accountable for the shit that they was doing when they was dumb, when they was young, when they didn't understand what was going on. Okay? Listen, rules of marriage say no sexting or being single, but married energy. Listen, that's what it seemed like he in the BAM's situation was. Did he ever address the rumor with his mama? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen him address Mama D on it. I haven't. Yeah, he's trying to blame his cheating on Bambi. Yes, that too. saying that she was a bad wife. But he can't say how. Oh yeah, she wasn't validating his feelings. She wasn't making him feel appreciated. That's what he always says. She wasn't making me feel appreciated. That's what he always says. He has no reason whatsoever for why he did Bam the way he did. And honestly, Leah, I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's really a lot of where my aggravation comes, because I've actually listened to the arguments that Scrappy and Bambi have had. And I don't know what anybody else is listening to or seeing when they talk about Bambi being wrong too. Bambi's not innocent either. Like, at the end of the day, Bambi is only responsible for her actions in her marriage. That's the only person's actions that she's responsible for. And if this nigga, like, this is what I want most of y'all, this is what I want all y'all to understand. When these niggas talk about their emotions, their feelings weren't being met, that's such bullshit. 9 times out of 10, those women were like coddling the fuck out of these men. And these men want more coddling. And y'all are also forgetting that Bam has 3 kids under the age of 8, I believe, under the age of 6. So it's given, oh, now she's not making you feel appreciated because she's too busy being a mom to the 3 kids while you're coming in and coming out and doing whatever the fuck you want to do. And her always having to be the person. And I feel like the fact that everybody continues to leave that part out of it, and everybody goes back to, oh, well, he did the same thing to Erica. The Bam thought she was better. And it's like, even if she did think that, y'all, so what? Like, does that mean that he's not wrong? Like, what does that mean? Like, none of the girls knew. None of the girls, first of all, we can take it back to Erica and say that Erica should have knew fucking better, because he treated her like shit and left her for Diamond. And then she took him back. And then he left her again and cheated on her again. I feel like y'all are always trying to blame the women for not knowing any better, as if these niggas aren't liars and manipulators, and they don't create triangulation and fuck these women and get them dickmatized and then tell the women that the last bitch was lying and she jealous. Y'all act like that don't happen. Y'all act like that don't happen. And that be working on my nerves whenever y'all bring up how Bambi felt about Erica or how Erica felt about Bambi, because we can always bring it back to the fact that it was all over some dick. Makai, thank you for the super chat. I also don't like how Erica came at Jessica White over her ex-husband. Erica still gives still humping Safari but talking ish to not look like a clown. Oh yeah, we gonna get to that, boo. Oh, we gonna get to that. Trust me, I'm gonna spread it the fuck around. Okay. I'm just saying, I don't like the fact that I can, we can never talk about specifically how somebody fucked up or how they wrong without always having to reach back and bring up what a woman has done. Like, whatever the woman did, she's still not responsible for how this nigga moves throughout all of his relationships, doing women in this very disrespectful ass manner. And the women that are online making excuses for him are the women whose mentality provides him another woman to get into a relationship with after and do the same thing too. But we're going to get into the other stuff. Okay, so Mendices tells Yandy that Judy is upset. Judy's really mad because, she saw the Shannon Sharp interview. They talked about, how I explained to everybody how, I had to put her up for collateral. When I had a deal one time, and, she's just really upset about it. He says he wishes that he never said anything, And I just kind of feel like Judy needs to get the fuck over it. You were a bad mom, Judy. You were a bad mom. You need to sit with that, deal with that, suck it the fuck up. But please stop trying to silence your son because the truth is uncomfortable for you. And when I say you're a bad mom, it's because you are dependent upon your son. And you didn't even make sure he was fed when he was 6 years old. Now, you may be better now. You may be better now. And if he wants to forgive you and move forward with you, great. But what you don't get to do is get mad at him whenever he speaks on his experience. He needs to get that shit off his chest. He needs to say it as many times as he needs to say it. He needs to tell his story as many times as he needs to tell his story to show where he's been from, where he's come from, what it took him to get here, so he can help these other young men that need help not going down the same path, getting RICO charges and shit. Like the video while I finish showing this damn banana. Thank you, Rainbow, for the super chat, boo. Not the invitation. Y'all know I had to do it. I miss doing in DC's voice. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sick of Judy and her embarrassment. Anytime in DC speaks about their past, it seems to me she must have felt she could have done better, but did the bare minimum, which had him in the street. Exactly. Just accept it, ma'am. Just accept it. You didn't do what you were supposed to do by your son, and because of that, he had to scratch and survive good times, okay? Now, as soon as you understand that, I'm also going to need for you not to do what Marie Monroe mama did and tell her that he wouldn't be what he is if you didn't neglect him so he could struggle and figure it out and become who he is today. Because I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of all of y'all people that are bad parents, and now that y'all are old and closer to the, seeing the Lord, y'all want to be in delusional land about how you, neglected your children for whatever dick you was chasing. Okay? Because let's be clear. Mama D, all of these women, all of these mamas, let's be very clear. To me, in most of these situations with these men, they mamas was probably running behind some dick, and that's why they neglected their children. That's usually the case. Okay? Now, the dick could be a drug, or the drug could be a dick. It could be both. We don't even know. But all we know is we are tired of Judy feeling like somebody need to lie to protect her feelings. Okay? Spice went to remove her stent and found out that she has another hernia, and she has to have her gallbladder removed. Oh God, why me? I'm gonna tell you why you. Because you had abdominal surgery. You had surgery to your abdominals, okay? And when you have surgery to your abdominals, you sometimes get hernias from the incisions. That's why we keep telling y'all just to go to the gym and work out, because you never know how these surgeries may affect your body. That's why we tell y'all that. But y'all don't listen to us, and y'all still go do, whatever y'all feel like so that y'all could look perfect on camera to people, instead of telling people to kiss the fat on the bottom of your fucking stomach. Like these niggas gonna do. So instead, you're going to get surgery, and now you on your second hernia, and that probably complicates the gallbladder surgery. But I've had my gallbladder removed. It's really not that serious. It's small incisions, but something tells me because she's already had these issues, that will make it more complicated. But something makes me feel like Spice is just trying to gather as much as she can to make everybody feel sorry for her. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like she's trying to turn everything that happens with her into a woe is me moment, and I'm kind of starting to see it and get agitated. Like I'm really not one of the women that doesn't have sympathy for other women, obviously. Okay, so it's not that I don't want to have sympathy for Spice, but Spice feels disingenuous, with the way it's constantly seeing everything this season as woe is me. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. That's why I'm at with it. Okay. Jessica invites the girls to do a yoga spa. Amy, Erica, Yandy, Bambi, and Sierra. They do a sound bath. And Sierra says it's like the Illuminati. Yandy says, I can't get down with this. They didn't do this in Harlem. And I'm just like, I can't stand a old closed-minded ass bitch, bro. Especially when it comes to stuff like yoga, meditation, and sound baths. I feel like if you want to stay in your lower level, then just say that. But the way y'all like to demonize things that are meant to raise your vibration is annoying to me. It's annoying to me that every time somebody tries to offer y'all an alternative way of dealing with your shit, because it seems to be in a spiritual realm, you automatically see it's not Jesus, so it's Illuminati, it's demonic. Like they were literally sitting on fucking yoga mats. Have you bitches never done yoga? It's an exercise of the mind and the body. I need to go back to hot yoga. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna work out outside today. But anyway, it just annoyed me. It just really, really annoyed me because essentially I was just kind of like, this is why y'all so stressed out. This is why y'all are so stressed out right now, because y'all don't have any real ways of practically dealing with the issues that you have, the traumas that you're facing. Y'all think that all you have to do is go to church and pray and throw your hand up in the air and cry because the music was emotional. No, bitch, you really need to go and meditate and really try to find how you feel on the inside. Yoga is a really good way to do that. It helps you free your mind. Meditation is another way to do that. As somebody that employs those tactics in order to be sound on the inside, I hate when people try to expose y'all to things that will help y'all and you automatically demonize it because you're unfamiliar with it. It's very, very annoying to me. But anyway, Rashida showed up late. They discussed Sierra losing her shit on Scrappy and how she went viral. She was like, he was just blaming you, Bam, and I saw red. Okay. Amy asked if the women think their standards are too high for men. And this is how you know that Amy's still fucking with her ex. Okay. And Jessica says, I think our standards aren't high enough. I think they're too low. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Bambi says she's a prime example of what you get when you don't keep your standards high. And I feel like when she says that, that's a true statement. And that's her holding herself accountable, saying that I lowered my standards and I got what I got. 3 kids by a nigga that only wants to blame me for all of life's problems and never take accountability or make me feel sane in our situation because he can't take accountability because nobody taught him to. Nobody taught him how. Look at Mama D. Okay. So yeah, I just kind of feel like Bambi is constantly saying things that shows she understands the mistake she made with Scrappy, but yet you're still going to have people in the comments acting like she should have known it before, as if they all knew in their 20s how much a guy was an asshole or not. Like, I just kind of feel like it's just real unfair the way y'all place judgment on the Bam all the time. They discussed Rennie saying that Scrappy was flirting with not Scrappy, Safari was flirting with Jessica. Y'all, to be very clear, Jessica is not to be trusted. Jessica was flirting with Safari. Why are you trying to be his friend? Why are you trying to make space for him? You don't know him. And what you know of him is that he's an asshole. So if you are wanting to be his friend and make space for him, that means you're ignoring what everybody else has already said about him. Why would you do that? Because you want dick. Because you need validation from dick. So yeah, I'm gonna say that Jessica is full of shit and not to be trusted. I'm sorry. But I also want Erica to stop fucking Safari. I tell y'all this and I'm gonna tell y'all again. When you threaten to leave a nigga, you really need to be ready to leave a nigga. Because they're not gonna always act right when you leave them. They're not. A lot of women pretend that they're ready to leave their men, and they will go as far as filing for divorce. But once the man doesn't change and he still comes calling for your coochie, you're going to let him get in it because you weren't really serious about divorcing him. You just were trying to manipulate him into doing what you wanted him to do. And you ended up looking stupid because now you're showing us that you still fucking him, which is why you questioning and making little slick ass comments towards Jessica about how she is maybe considered flirtatious. Bitch, of all of the women, I'm gonna need for you to never in your life to check another woman about how she is and how that may be considered flirting. You fucked DJ Envy. So I'm gonna need for you to remember that if these niggas don't want to be fucking other women, they not gonna be fucking other women. It don't matter how much flirting you think a woman is doing. The nigga's intentions are to fuck. It's only a matter of if the woman gonna let him or not. But his intentions are always to fuck. Stop acting like, oh, he wasn't trying to fuck her and she just threw a pussy in his face. That's not what's happening ever. Please stop. Please stop. Especially not with no fucking safari, okay? But Erica, you gotta be real about your shit, and you not real about your shit. That's why you over there sourpuss face, looking skinny all in the neck and shit, because you didn't really let him go. And you were supposed to be ready to really let him go. And you didn't. So that's why you look stupid. And it's sad. Be about your shit. Tam K, thank you for becoming a member, love. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, Erica don't know how to let go. She don't know how to let go of anger. She don't know how to let go of niggas. She just don't know how to let go. She's somebody else that need to be sitting in somebody's therapy office once a week. What else? See, y'all, I'm checking everybody. I'm checking everybody. I don't need for anybody to remind me about anything. I've been here the whole fucking time. I know these people. Y'all know what I mean as far as the show is concerned, okay? But I got everybody. Trust me. I'm checking everybody for what they need to be checked for. So I don't need anybody bringing up other people when I'm checking one person, okay? Anyway. So where else were we? Y'all, I've been in here listening to Fear of Flying. Listen. It's after midnight and she's on your phone saying come over 'cause she's all alone. I could tell it was your ex by your tone. Why is she calling now after so long? Now what is it that she wants? Tell me what is it that she needs? Did she hear about the brand new biz? I can't do it at the same time. That you just bought for me. Somebody do it. 'Cause y'all ain't have no kids. You didn't share no mutual friends. And you told me that she turned trick when y'all broke up in 96. What you gonna do when you can't say no? Listen, those lyrics match. Those lyrics match, y'all, because Diamond was Scrappy's ex, and you said it was over, and there was no need to reminisce about the past, obviously, because that shit did not last. Okay? But this is what I feel like, bitch, Maya had it fucked up talking about, don't let, I know, she said, I know how a woman will try to game you, so don't get caught up because, baby, you lose. Okay. That's how y'all be thinking. But to me, a thirsty bitch can't get a nigga that's not wanting of a thirsty bitch. I just want everybody to stop acting like niggas are just so helpless and just can't help themselves. Like, if they can't help themselves, that's a them problem. That's a them problem. Still, that's a them problem. Okay? Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having fun here. So Yandy talks to Rashida about how Mendices is in a funk because of the Shannon Sharp interview, and he will let things build up and then he'll explode, leaving Yandy to take care of everything. So I'm like, so nothing has changed. Like, I'm just saying, that's what happened when a nigga went to jail over and over again. You always left holding the bag, Yandy. You should be used to that by now. Rashida says Kirk and him are going through the same motions. She says it's always easier, and she gonna bring Scrappy in this too. It's always easier for men to point fingers. They all on some other shit. So that's what Rashida said, right? So Benzino, no neck having ass, decides he wants to get on the phone with Tasha and tell Tasha that Bambi and the girl who was trying to fuck Kirk and Benzino. Remember when they had that the first or second season, they had the hot tub scene that everybody keep talking about over and over again? Okay. Bambi was in the hot tub sitting on Benzino's lap, and whoever her so-called homegirl was, which I don't even think that Bambi was really friends with that girl like that. It was not just them two. It was a couple of girls that were there, okay? And Benzino was basically saying Bambi and the girl had set Kirk up so that they could fuck Kirk, so the girl could fuck Kirk, so the girl could get on the show. Now, as we all know, the girl did not really get on the show. The girl was getting thirsty, and at some point, Bambi called Rashida personally to apologize to her and told her she didn't have anything to do with that. She was there to, be fucking with Benzino, and that was that. She actually called Rashida and apologized to her years ago. So at this point, we've all moved on from the cabin jacuzzi scene. And another thing, to be clear, when Kirk decided to take his ass in that bedroom with them bitches on top of him on national television like he was filming softcore porn, he intentionally was doing that because he wanted to hurt Rashida. I don't know why, but at this point in Kirk and Rashida's relationship, Kirk was hell-bent on trying to hurt Rashida. I don't know if anybody missed that, but I can specifically remember him being like, fuck her, and leaving her and going to be with these single men at this cabin, and him fucking with that girl was absolutely a fuck Rashida moment. And then after that, Rashida found out she was pregnant, and he had a DNA test on their baby as if he wasn't the one cheating. Then he continued to cheat, and we found out about the baby with Jasmine. Now, whether Jasmine is the girl who the baby was with or not, we don't know. But we know that there's another baby out there. We know that he had a baby on Rashida. So what that tells me is that regardless of how young and thirsty Bambi and her homegirl could have been when Love and Hip Hop Atlanta first came out, now everybody is married, mothers of children, dealing with men that they love and have given their lives and bodies to, and these men are still putting everything in their lap and blaming them for all of the world's problems. That's exactly what Rashida and Yandy were saying, that their men go through shit and drop everything in their lap and put the blame on them. So you still want Rashida to be mad at Bambi for some shit that happened 15 years ago, 12 years ago, something like that. So what was that supposed to change her point? Because her point is still valid regardless to what Bambi's intentions were 12 years ago. And my point is that regardless to whether Bambi was plotting or not, you should consider the source. Another woman-hating man. Benzino don't like women either. The fuck? I'm not taking that nigga's word for it. And even then, I still don't see a problem with Rashida adding Scrappy to the list of niggas that don't take accountability or responsibility for anything, because even if it wasn't Bambi, he didn't do it with Erica either. The fuck? And that's what I be talking about. That's what the fuck I be talking about. Kirk is the cheater, but somehow y'all are gonna act like the two women that were trying to get on the show are more responsible for him cheating than he is responsible for him cheating. As if he was not cheating before then and still then went on to cheat later. Like the fuck? As if he wouldn't have never cheated if it wasn't for Bambi and that girl trying to get on the show. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that. No, I don't. Y'all, my computer was trying to restart. No, I don't. Okay, let me read some of y'all comments and then we'll press on. He did the utmost to embarrass in every way possible, only to come crawling back to Rashida. Yep, begging for her forgiveness in New Orleans. Rashida shouldn't have never took Kirk back after call that chick. Yeah, she should have never taken him back, period. Like Rashida repeatedly takes Kirk back. And I really don't feel like she should have, because I don't think he truly values her. I don't. I think he always plays with her. I think he always plays with her. And we're going to see that he's still going to be playing with her. He's still going to be playing with her. And isn't Benzino going to spray some tea? It didn't Tasha say that something was going on still with Kirk and Rashida? So Benzino, what exactly was your point? Like, Scrappy asked Benzino about it. Benzino told him that Bam left. There was no intimacy. I know Bam didn't fuck Benzino. I know she didn't. That wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, girl. She wasn't a part of what happened. She left. Bam was there because Bam wanted to be on the show. But Bam was still a single woman in the jacuzzi sitting on a single man's lap. So trying to pull her into whatever the fuck Kirk had going on is bullshit from the gate as far as I'm concerned. It blows my mind the way their struggle love is the baseline of marriage goals for the people on that show. Delusional. Child, so delusional. Kirk never gonna stop cheating. Even looking like a civil rights activist with that hairstyle. Child, I hate the fact that he went and grew his hair back and now he's Beijinging it. Because I feel like Kirk would look exactly the same if he was still bald the way he had been in previous seasons. Like, nigga, you look crazy. You look old. He's making himself look older than me with the starched black hair. Child, he need to get Todd Barber. He need to get Todd Barber. Todd's barber, gets the Beijing thing a little bit better. I think Kirk was mad about her trying to make music business moves without him. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Remember when she came out with "Put him on to make him want to marry me," and he sat in the Jeep with her while she was playing it with that pain look on his face, trying to fucking embarrass her in front of them cameras. That's some cringe shit. I don't know if y'all ever seen that clip rolling around, but it was a teller to me that because she was continuing to try to do her music, he wanted to stop that. He didn't want her to keep doing her music for whatever reason. And she kept trying to do it without him, and he would sabotage it until she just gave up and started focusing on Pressed. That's what it seemed like to me. I really feel like Rashida has convinced herself that she has what she has because of she and Kirk's relationship. But I really feel like if Rashida had actually left him alone and went and did her own thing with her music, she may have been able to really do way better. She might have been able to do way better without him sabotaging her and holding her back every time she tried to do something. He was not very supportive of her career that first season. And you can say, yeah, he didn't even want her to open press. And you can say what you will about Rashida, but that the type of girl you want to chew all on my bubble gum. At that time, y'all, Rashida's music was really getting traction in other venues. Like white people was listening to Rashida's music. I'll never forget when they played Bubblegum on the United States of Terror. I will never forget that. Because I was like, oh my God, they played Rashida on United States of Terror. Because when I moved to Atlanta for college, Rashida was still just a local artist for the most part. And then like over time, like Rashida, she had her reach. And I was so happy for her. And I feel like when we found her on the show, that was the time that she could have had her mass resurgence if it wasn't for fucking Kirk holding her back, sabotaging her, and having her running behind him and his, hoish ways. Like he really, I think, took her energy and took her focus away from her career. And she's still doing good because she was always going to do good because she's Rashida. But essentially, I feel like she probably would have did way better if she would have left him alone. Because I think he was just always trying to control her level of success. He didn't want her to outgrow him. And I think if she would have left him alone, she would have outgrew him. Yes, I think Deb Atney was absolutely 100% right about Kirk. And Rashida didn't want to listen because she had his dick, shooting seminal fluid to her brain. So she wasn't going to listen to reason. And she's still not listening to reason. She dissed Nicki Minaj, and I think that contributed to her music not taking off too. You think so? I don't really think so. I don't think so, because back in the day, that's what rappers did. Like, you diss somebody and y'all make tracks, especially back in the day. People used to be making, back when Rashida was rapping, child, people used to make diss tracks all the time. Like, that was a regular occurrence. I don't really think that hindered her career as much as Kirk did. But I feel you. But I really feel like when a woman is determined to make something happen for herself, if she not letting no nigga get in her way, you can't really stop her. That's how I feel. And I feel like she let that nigga get in her way. What is it with these men sabotaging women's careers? It's because they don't want the women to not need them. They don't want the women to outgrow them. Most of the relationships are based on the concept that the woman needs the man and you have to keep her needing you. As soon as she doesn't need him anymore, he feels like he has no purpose. That makes him feel insecure. And now all of a sudden she's emasculating him. When a nigga that knows his worth is going to always prove himself of use and worthy. Okay? I really do think that most of these men know they're unworthy of the women that end up marrying them. And they want the women to stay being oblivious. And the more power women obtain, the less delusional they are. That's what happened on the last show. The more money that girl made, the less she felt like she had to go along with things just because that's what he wanted. You see him? He got you stinking in the gutter. Damn was going to fuck off on Kirk, y'all. She should have left Kirk where the fuck he was, child. Anyway, y'all, what else did they talk about? Jessica tells the girls that Safari forced her to say her ex's name. Girl, he did not force you to tell us it was Nick Cannon. We already knew it was Nick Cannon. Get the fuck out of here, Jessica. Y'all, Jessica gonna aggravate me because Jessica feels very disingenuous, like bullshit. Like, I feel like until you go to therapy and learn to validate your own feelings, you're always going to be somebody that nobody can really trust. Jessica cannot be trusted because she flies by the seat of her pants because she's always looking for validation. Anybody that's going to give her emotional validation in the moment, that's who she's gonna, run to. That's why she gonna flirt with Safari and then cry to these fucking women when they try to ask her why you flirting with this nigga trying to be a part of our friend group. As much as I'm gonna check Erica about even worrying about the shit, you shouldn't be worrying about it, bitch. I'm still gonna check Jessica because essentially you still was flirting with him, knowing what you know about him, and you still trying to join a friend group with these women and be cool with them. That's some snake shit. And then you always want people to feel sorry for you, Jessica. You need to go to therapy and deal with your issues. Okay? Now understand me. When I talk about how Jessica isn't to be trusted, it's also because Jessica is male-identified, male-centered, and acting out of trauma constantly. So she always needs somebody to coax her emotions because of everything she's been through. But to be clear, she is the evidence that Nick Cannon treats these girls like shit. Just to be clear. She is the evidence that Nick Cannon treats these girls like shit. And we've heard enough evidence from other people to know that he treats these girls like shit. But I just want to say two things can be true at the same time. She can be manipulative and need a fucking therapist. And he can also be a narcissist and abusive to the women that he's in relationships with. Okay? They're all male-centric. You got that goddamn right. So let's see. Mendices talks to Judy about hustling for his family. He was like, I mean, what you need? Okay, don't you, when you need something, who do you call? When you need something, who do you call? You call me. Yeah, I call you. Okay, then that's all that matters. Okay? Like, Judy, I've already checked you. Go sit down somewhere with this shit. You just want an opportunity to get dressed up and come on camera and play victim. You left your 6-year-old son to fend for himself. That's it. And he became a drug dealer and did time and all of that shit to take care of you. Now, to me, if you had been more in control of your shit, he wouldn't have had to do that. But you wasn't in control of your shit. We don't know what you was doing, but I can pretty much guess you was running behind Dick. and left your children at home. And your son still grew up and took care of you and is still taking care of you to this day. So let that man get whatever he needs to get off his chest about his childhood so he can continue to heal himself, so he don't continue to be resentful and punish Yandy for his resentment towards you. Because that's what really be happening. Like, to be clear, what Yandy was saying, y'all know I don't really fuck with Yandy like that. But what I do know is Yandy holds everybody down. Yandy is the dependable one. Yandy is the one that makes sure that everybody's okay regardless. And Yandy sometimes gets the brunt of Mendices blowing up and shit. And it's because of how he feels about his mom. So that's not fair to Yandy. So you need to go to therapy, Mendices, and deal with your shit so you can stop emotionally punishing Yandy for how you feel about your mama. Okay, please go do that for all of us. Chaotic is filming his music video. He asked Erica, Amy, and Sierra to come through. Amy feels a way about Erica being there. Child, Erica and Amy and Chaotic were in the blogs this week because Amy was commenting on Erica and Chaotic. Okay, they was hugged up and she was like, and he was just eating my ass right before that. And I'm like, Amy, he was eating your ass right before this. So what? So what? I hope he washed his mouth, but so what? So what, he was eating your ass? You know y'all don't go together. Chaotic also put it out there that she's still fucking with her ex. Okay? She's still fucking with her ex. And I'm just like, Amy, what were you thinking even being emotionally, like, involved, attached? Like, you shouldn't have had no emotions behind this nigga. You shouldn't have had no emotions behind Chaotic. It shouldn't have mattered to you if he did anything with Erica, because Chaotic is a finesser. He is just a dildo. I'm going to sing it again. That's all he can be. Ain't even charge you. Let you fuck me for free to keep it funky with you. I feel like you owe me. Girl, we ain't going steady. I thought you know me. We just be cooling it. We ain't going steady. Hit my phone when you want to. Girl, you know I'm ready. I'm just your fun girl. Baby, you know better. Keep my name. It ain't like we go together. You just my little buddy. We ain't going steady. Like, come on. I wish y'all grow the fuck up in your emotions behind this whole ass nigga that you already know you can't trust. I don't care how much sugar he laying on it. Chaotic is a messy, not to be trusted, chaotic ass nigga. He's a finesser, bitch, which means he's going to be nice. He's going to be sweet. He wants y'all hoes to like him. He wants y'all hoes to think that there's really a good guy somewhere deep down inside of him, and that y'all get to see a different side of him when it's just the two of y'all. But no, it's all game. It's all bullshit. He just wants to get what he can get from you until he don't want it no more. That's it. So you need to see him the same way. He is just a dildo. That is all he can be. Listen to me. Okay? You're embarrassing yourself. Both of y'all embarrassing yourselves, arguing over community dick. Like, what's going on, ladies? Y'all are more boss than this. Like, y'all really need to change the way y'all think about these things. Chaotic is a pass around. Pass him around. Don't be upset. He got good dick. He'll come over and lift something and pick something up for you. Pass him around. Just make sure you wear condoms. But pass him around. I don't understand. He's not to love. He's to fuck. So enjoy him. Experience the dick. Don't let him put no seminal fluid in your brain, and pass him on to the next chick that needs her back bent appropriately, if that's what he's good at. Okay? But Sierra comes because she wants to hold Chaotic accountable for not stopping Scrappy. Sierra. He told you he's not your knight in shining armor. He told you that. And she said, what that means is because he not fucking me, he don't care about me. Exactly. And even when they are fucking you, i.e. Amy and Erica, they still not going to defend you against no nigga because most of them be scared of other niggas. Girl, defend yourself. Don't argue with unsafe niggas because you're not going to be able to physically combat them, and keep you a blicky, okay, close by. But don't get into unnecessary arguments with ignorant niggas, and keep your protection on you. But girl, expecting these men to defend you, girl, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. I learned that a long time ago. Niggas are punks. Most of them are weaker than the women that they're so-called protecting. They're never going to speak up about somebody that they're not fucking because they're not really courageous. Like, that's not, it's about possession. I'm going to protect what's mine, but I don't give a fuck about nobody else. Even if the woman by herself, I'm not going to defend her because she ain't my bitch. That's most niggas' mindsets, which is why you should never be expecting them to protect you. That's stupid. Girl, like, just stay out unsafe niggas' faces. That's all you need to do. Don't argue with niggas like Scrappy. That way, you don't have to be looking for nobody to protect you. Because he wasn't going to do it. And he did do the bare minimum. I'm going to give him that. Chaotic did do the bare minimum. When Scrappy pushed her arm, that's when he came in and was like, come on, bro. You got to come sit down. So Sierra leaves. Like, Sierra is acting in this idealistic society when men protect women from, aggressive men. Girl, that don't happen. All of these niggas are aggressive, and ain't none of these niggas protecting you. Not even the nigga you laying with protecting you. You got to learn how to protect yourself. Protect yourself, okay? And stay out of arguments with unsafe niggas, and keep your protection on you whenever they try to get out of pocket, because niggas do pop off. I just seen a video of a nigga walking up on a lady and beating the shit out of her because she didn't say good morning to him. So, keep your head on a swivel, but stop engaging with these niggas like they got sense, or like they're going to respect you as a woman, like they're going to see that you're weaker than them and not try to physically harm you just because they can. Like, stop thinking they're going to protect you. Get all of that shit out your head. These niggas are not your protection. So if you can't protect yourself, don't get into it with none of these niggas, Sierra, because ain't nobody going to protect you but yourself. Please understand that. All women, please understand that. Please understand, most of these niggas are weak. Most of these niggas are pussy, and they not trying to fight with no nigga, especially not a nigga that they think gonna put the paws on them like Scrappy. Now, when Scrappy get there, Chaotic was like, dude, as a man, when you doing all of this and walking up on a woman, they gonna feel like you gonna hit them even if you not. And I'm like, so Chaotic understands that when a nigga is big and screaming and moving his arms around and shit like this, that can come off as intimidating and aggressive. He understands that. So he says to Scrappy, bruh, you got to consider who you are when you walking up on these women the way you do. You not having no consideration for the fact that, yeah, you are physically intimidating. Even if they arguing with you with their mouth, they still arguing with you with their mouth because they feel like they have to defend themselves against the way you coming at them. So as a man, you got to calm down and not match their energy. Because to be honest, at a certain level, matching energy is immature ass shit. It means that anybody can bring you out of your character. It means you are out of control of yourself, especially if every interaction is dictated by somebody else's energy. Every interaction you have is dictated by somebody else's energy. That means their energy is controlling your energy, whether you want to admit that to yourself or not. So get control of your fucking self, okay? But Scrappy took no accountability. Scrappy said he didn't do anything. Scrappy said he didn't call her a bitch, even though he did. Scrappy said that he didn't push her, even though he did. Scrappy said he didn't do anything wrong and he doesn't owe her an apology. Chaotic feels like she's owed an apology. I feel like at least he can apologize for the aggressive energy that he was coming at her with, because I don't think she was fake crying in a car. I think she was crying because his energy made her nervous. And most black girls, when we feel that energy from a nigga, we not gonna back down. We're not going to punk out and run away because you coming at us with that energy. Most black girls, especially those that grew up around you niggas, they gonna fight back. They gonna talk their shit back to you. They not gonna be no punk. Like, the women feel the same way that the men feel, essentially. And you acting like you can't possibly understand why she didn't back down from him. That's why. But let's be real. If you hit her, it was going to be much different than if she hit you. And I'm not saying that she should have, but the fact that everybody acts like if she had hit him, it would have did the same damage as he would have done if he hit her. Y'all, that's some bullshit. And I'm tired of y'all acting like that. I'm tired of y'all acting like it's always the same when the threat is really not the same. The threat is not the same. Sierra is not the same threat to Scrappy as Scrappy is to Sierra. I don't care what anybody's talking about. And so he has no respect, no concept for any of that. He don't give a fuck about none of that. He don't want to apologize. He ain't do shit wrong. And y'all, I mean, does anybody understand why I don't want to talk about how Sierra is wrong or Bambi is wrong when we talking about a nigga that can't even take his part in it, can't even acknowledge the way he was wrong in a situation? He can't even acknowledge that he was also wrong in the situation. He has to say, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was her. It was her. It was her. Chaotic said, dude, you be in a gym lifting. Like, come on. You gonna act like you don't know what your physicality comes with? It comes with intimidation. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna keep playing these stupid fucking games with y'all. Sierra shouldn't be in his face, but as a man, I feel like he should also understand his physicality. You should understand how you come off to these women. And even though Sierra put herself in that situation, I still feel like the energy that he gave her is why she was crying. Because it's the moment when you realize people who you used to feel safe around, you don't feel safe around them. That's a moment that hurts because you feel like we can go back and forth. We can have an argument with one another, but damn, you coming at me like you really want to put your hands on me. That's why she was like, wow, you really want to fight me? She definitely may have brought the situation on herself, y'all, but please understand that most women, when they get into situations like this, they still are in their minds defending themselves against somebody that is bigger and stronger than them. And see, I don't agree with this either, V. Spencer. I'm sorry. I don't agree that Sierra was the aggressor. I don't agree with this. And the reason why is because you can't start at the middle of the fight and then say that somebody is an aggressor when they start going back and forth. Because to be clear, Sierra was in the parking lot talking to Mama D. Scrappy runs over, tells Mama D to stop talking to her, and then he starts arguing with her. Now, what he could have done was came and got his mama and walked the fuck away. If Sierra was actually the aggressor, she would have been walking up on him. When the moment when she put her hand like this, as I explained at the beginning of this video, you might have missed it. She was backing up and he was walking up on her and she slid to the side and did like that. And that's when he pushed her arm. But at the end of the day, the velocity in which he pushed her arm, it made it feel like, to me, he likes engaging in these arguments and these fights with women so he can get his aggression off on them, because he is literally mad at all of you bitches. Y'all, she did not keep walking up after him. They were going back and forth at some point. But to call her the aggressor would to be that she came at him from the very beginning. And that's not what happened, y'all. She was talking to Mama D and he came and got in her face and they started arguing. And like most black women, you are not going to back down from some nigga talking craziness to you most of the time. And I don't think that she should have had to back down. But essentially, I feel like she should have, because he's an unsafe nigga and you can't beat his ass and ain't nobody gonna come in here and save you if he decides to haul off and hit you. I don't agree that her arm needed to be pushed. I don't agree that a man need to put his hands on a woman. I think a lot of y'all are male identified and y'all need to go and get in touch with y'all divine feminine and get yourselves together, because a lot of the times y'all talk from a place of having no empathy with the woman, as if you have not been in that situation before. He did not need to push her arm like that. If he didn't want her to touch him, he could have simply backed up and he could have walked away. He was walking towards her. She was backing up and she did like this and said, hold up. And he pushed her hand. When simply, if he didn't want confrontation with her, he could have just said, you know what, Sierra, and walked off. But that's not what he did. That's not what he did. At some point, they were in each other's face. And I've already said how I feel about it. But the idea that the person that is less strong in this situation is the aggressor, the way he was acting, no. He is aggressive. He is disrespectful. He takes no accountability and he runs to have these arguments with these women. He runs to have these arguments with these women. And what these women need to do is stop letting these niggas have any interaction with you. Once you done checked him as somebody that can't be fucked with because he ain't shit, stop talking to him, stop dealing with him. Bambi did not tell y'all to do any of this. But that doesn't negate the fact that he's showing who he is with his actions. He's still showing who he is with his actions. And to say that Sierra is the aggressor, I don't like that. I don't like that. Because there was no way that she was going to harm him in a physical situation. Like, I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm sorry. That nigga really could have not ran up, y'all. He could have not ran up. Because Chaotic said the same thing to him. Chaotic said, bruh, even when you run up, when you walk up, it can be perceived a certain way. Because Chaotic saw when Mama D and Sierra was talking and Scrappy ran up and turned to Mama D and said, Mama, move, go on somewhere. Go on somewhere. And then he started arguing with her. If he didn't want to argue with her, he could have left. But Scrappy wants to argue with women because he wants to get out his frustrations about these bitches on these bitches. Just as much as Sierra and them want to scream at some nigga about how their niggas treat them. That man was not going to hit that girl. How you know that? He pushed her arm hella fucking hard. So how do you know that he wasn't going to hit her? How do you know that? How do you know that? Are you in his brain or something? Do you know him? And why is it does he have to hit her for his actions to not be deemed as aggressive and violent? Why is that? Why does he have to do everything but hit a bitch in order for you to see him as unsafe and aggressive? But yes, of course, he's not going to hit her on camera. Of course he's not. But the energy he was giving her was aggressive. You come on. Because I don't know men who don't want to fight with women that go back and forth with women like that. Yes, the pick-me's are in full effect, running behind niggas that would not care about them. Running behind niggas that don't care about you. Running behind niggas that will do the same thing to you. That will disrespect you, run up on you, leave your fucking ass crying, and then blame you for it. Yeah. I told y'all I'm on my period so everybody can get it, right? I said that at the beginning. I said that at the beginning. Thank you, Francis B. I appreciate that, love. The way he's ain't no woman. I'm a king. You are not a king. You don't own shit. You don't own anything. Fuck you mean you a king? Barely paying the fucking rent on time, talking about he a king. Scrappy see women as they are nothing because the first woman he was seeing was whores and he don't respect women. Exactly. He doesn't respect women. Come on. I don't understand why this is hard for people to understand. I know. They're refusing to see what I'm saying. They are refusing to see what I'm saying, but life will teach them. Life will teach them. I know what respectable men do. I know what men who have control of themselves do. Maybe you don't, but I do. And I know being from New Orleans that you come into contact with a lot of crazy bitches and a lot of crazy niggas. And the niggas that got sense know how to handle crazy bitches. Most of them move out of situations, laugh at bitches. Come on, girl, stop playing with me. Move out the way. And they get away from them. They don't stand there and argue with them and go back and forth like a fucking female. They don't do that. They remove themselves from the situation so that it doesn't get heightened. A lot of y'all are male identified and only empathize with men. Y'all only empathize with men. Y'all always see these men as victims. Even though they're bigger and stronger, y'all still gonna see the man as a goddamn victim. Okay, girl. Let these kings be victims since you can be both. Let these kings be forever victims. Okay? Anyway, moving on. Chaotic told him that they need to hash it out, and he definitely still owes Erica an apology. Yandy tells Spice and Rashida what happened when Erica, Sierra, and Scrappy got into it, but they just kind of glaze over it. Spice tells them about her hernia and how they opened up her chest and didn't close it back. I was like, bitch, what? My God. She thinks that she's going to die early. I used to think that too. Jury's still out. I'm still young, but I know what it's like to feel that way. They tell her that she can't say that, and they hug her, and then her daughter calls, and the side of her face is swollen. It looked like some type of allergic reaction, maybe. I wasn't sure. Like at first I was like, well, it don't look like she got punched, right? No, okay, it's an allergic reaction. Child, the way she was like, I'm coming now. I'm getting on a flight now. Where's the car? It's always something. I was just like, another opportunity for Grace to do, to try her Tubi acting skills on us, child. Grace want to be a Tubi actor so damn bad, girl. I cannot. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I do feel like Spice be making fucking mountains out of molehills. Like, oh my God. Spice is so dramatic, y'all. I can't take her. I cannot take her. Damn. Yeah, that shit was funny. I'm sorry, y'all. That shit was funny. Okay? Like, I wanted to feel bad for her, but bitch, it was funny to me. Anyway, all right, y'all. I'm done. Okay. And scene. Shout out to Candy. Okay. Y'all, I will be on Speak On It on Sunday. Okay, so don't forget, girl, I'm going to be on Speak On It on Sunday. So I hope y'all have saved the date beach. Okay, and be prepared. Okay, because I was saying a lot. I was doing a lot. We just going to see how it all goes down. We're going to see what the edit look like and what it's going to be. Running up on these mentally unstable men don't help a thing. Women getting killed left and right in my hometown. Yeah. But to be clear, she didn't run up on him. He ran up on her. This episode started out in the middle. Okay? It started out in the middle. All right. But yeah, okay. I think I'm done. I said all I had to say. Um, yeah, I'm gonna cut up some stuff and put some stuff up for you guys. So I hope y'all will catch those. Child, I know they said they was gonna arrest Carly. They said they was gonna arrest her. Oh well, cookie crumbles. You do illegal shit, you might get arrested. It's sad. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.